Hey guys, and welcome back to Fi's Favorite Games. Today I'm going to be teaching you a new game which I learned quite recently, and it very quickly became my favorite game, favorite card game. And in Sweden they call it Plump, but for the purposes of this video, because I'm speaking English, I'll call it Plump. I've looked it up, and it seems to be a type of variation on a game called Oh Hell. I haven't really looked into the rules of Oh Hell. Or maybe Nomination West, it could be another name. I will just teach you the rules that I learned for Plump. You guys can say in the comments if you've played a game very similar to it or if you know it by another name. So Plump is a trick-taking game. So if you've played games like 500 or Hearts, you'll probably be very familiar with the rules of who wins the tricks and things like that. But I'll just quickly jump into Tabletop Simulator and I can show you how to set up and how to start playing. Okay, so I will show you how to play with 4 players. In the first hand, or first round, each player gets 10 cards. So I'll just quickly deal out 10 cards to all players. And I will sort my hand based on suits. Okay, I've sorted my hand now into suits. And so once everyone has sorted out their hand, you're looking at it, and then the player to the left of the dealer, so this player here, would start betting. And what you are doing with the betting is you are announcing a number from 0 to the number of cards in your hand for this round, and you're saying how many tricks you will win. A trick is, like in basically all trick-taking games that I know of, somebody leads a card, all other players play a card on top, and then there is some winner of that trick. If there's 4 players, then there's 4 cards in the middle, and all the cards get cleared, and then it's the next trick. That's basically what a trick is. This is very similar to all other games in that the leading card, that basically determines the suit of the trick, and if you have that suit, you have to follow suit. So let's say I was leading and I played my ace of clubs, then everybody else has to play a club if they have one. And if they don't, then they can get rid of something else that they don't want to have in their hand anymore. So I'll just pretend that I'm going first. And basically what I would do is I need to guess how many tricks I will win in this hand. So my ace and my king are very strong. They will probably win. So I'll probably say at least 2. And I might say, yeah, I might just say 2 because I can probably lose with the others. And that's the really interesting thing about this game is that you're not betting on, if you say 2, you're not saying that you will win at least 2 tricks. You're saying that you will win exactly 2 tricks, which I absolutely love. You really have to be thinking hard and very precise with your bets, because if you win more than what you declared at the beginning, you don't get any points for that round. It continues around, so this person might say 3, for example. This person might say 0. You can say 0, and then you just have to lose all the tricks. This person might say 2, and then it would come to me if I was the dealer and this person started betting. So when it comes to the last person, they're a little bit restricted in what they can bet, because this person said 3, this person said 0, and this person said 2, and that sum is 5, 3 plus 2, and the total sum of all of the bets cannot equal the number of cards in each player's hand for that round, for that hand. So there's 10 cards in our hand, and so I cannot say 5. I cannot say that I will win 5, because then everybody could get their bet right. So if this person said 3, this person said 0, and this person said 2, and I said 5, we could all just win that many tricks and everybody wins. So the point of this rule is that somebody has to lose their bet every hand, every round. So then you have placed your bet and you write them all down, and I will quickly jump over to Google Sheets and show you how to set up. You need a piece of paper and pen for this game, by the way, and you need to set up like a score sheet where you write down all the bets. So I'll just quickly set that up now. Okay, so this is how you need to set up your score sheets. It's quite a big score sheet because there are 20 rounds, and in each round the number of cards in your hand changes. So in the first round you start with 10, And so that's why we've got a 10 here. And then you write down the bets. So let's say I started the betting and I said 5, and then Tanya said 3, and then Kaiser said 2. Now we are already at a total of 10, and Adam cannot say 0. So even if he might try to lose, might want to lose with all of his cards, he might have a bad hand and think he can easily lose with all of them, he has to say at least 1. So Adam will probably say 1 here. And so this makes a sum of 11. So this forces that somebody will not get their bet right. Basically, at the end of the hand, you count up how many tricks that you won. So when you win a trick, you put it down like on the table in front of you, and you keep each trick separated in a way that you can see how many you've won. And anybody who didn't win the correct number of tricks that they bet, you scribble out their little their bet. So I mean, you can cross it out or erase it, or scribble it out. So let's say Tanya only got 2 of her tricks, then you would scribble it out or delete it or erase it or whatever. And everybody else, you put a 1 before their score, and they win that many points. So it's better to bet a higher number and get it. For example, I did better here than anyone else because I got 15 points and these guys only got 11 and 12, sorry. But the higher bet doesn't matter as much as getting the bet right, because you get 10 points just to get the bet right. So I really love that you are slightly incentivized to bet big, but really you need to get your bet correct. That's like the whole point of the game. Okay, so that's how the scoring works. And then obviously as we go down from 9 down to 1, we have less cards in our hand, so our maximum bets are decreased. And then you just, I mean, you could stop here if you wanted to, but I think it's normal. And what we have been doing is you then continue from 1 up to 10. Okay, I'll jump back over to Tabletop Simulator and explain how each little hand goes. Okay, I've sorted everybody's hand. We'll say that this is me, because this is actually the hand that I have here. And we'll just say that I'm going first. And I'll just explain how this works with 10 cards. And I'll just go through like what everyone might bet and then play through the hand. And so you can see how this works with 10 cards. It works exactly the same in every other round, down to 2. But then when we have 1 card, it changes. The game changes completely. But I'll just explain how this works. So let's say this person dealt and I'm going first. I would say 2. And so whoever's keeping score would just write down a 2 in my column, because I think I'm going to win with the ace and the king, and I can probably lose with the others. Then this person has got kind of a difficult hand to bet with, because aces and kings, you're quite sure they're going to win. But like queens and jacks, especially towards the start of the game, towards the end, or like when you have less cards in your hand, these become stronger because it's less likely that other people will have the aces and the kings. But like having queens and jacks now, you're not really sure if the other kings will be out there, or if they'll be like in the 12 remaining cards. So this person's probably not sure if they will win with these queens and jacks. So they could say 0 and just try to lose with everything. I think this person would probably say 1 or 2 and they can get away with it. But let's say I said 2, let's say this person says 1. I don't know what I would do here, but let's just say they say 1. So 2 and 1. This person here has a decent hand, actually, pretty good. The ace and the king will probably win, that's 2. This king of spades will probably win, that's 3. And then they might win with one of the jacks. So let's say this person said 4. So I said 2, this person said 1, and this guy's going to say 4. Okay, so that's 7 total. So this person now can't say 3, and they say, okay, that's fine, I'll probably just win with the king, so they'll say 1. Alright, so I said 2, this person said 1, this person said 4, and this person said 1. The person who had the highest bet goes first, and that's a really sick rule, I think, in this game that incentivizes you to bet big, is that if you have the highest bet, you get to go first. But also, when you're betting, you don't know what everyone else is thinking, and so if you bet big in the beginning, somebody else might outbid you. Like if I said 3, somebody might say 4, and then it's like, shit, I might not even get 3 now. There's a lot to think about, but I'll just go through how the game plays out. So this person said 4, so they get to go first, and you just play 1 card at a time. I'll just move the deck out of the way. So this person will just lead their ace of hearts. Now, everybody has to play a heart if they have it, which is a good rule for trick-taking games, because people who are really switched on and thinking will keep track of the suits that they care about. So like if someone has a queen, for example, this person had some queens, they would be watching out for the kings and the aces to come out. And so, okay, the hearts was led. So this person's going to play a 10. 10 of hearts. This person, and this is going to be kind of hard for me to explain playing from so many different hands, but you've got to really think about the number that you bet and make sure you win that many tricks. So this person here, which is me, I said 2, so I only want to win with the ace and the king. And so any opportunity that I get where I know I'm not going to win the hand, I want to get rid of the highest card that I can. Instead of getting rid of a low card like in most games, like getting rid of this 4 of hearts because I'm not going to win the hand, I want to get rid of the 9 because I want to keep my low ones because I need to lose with these. And this person said 1. So they want to lose with their jack of hearts as well. Probably. That's another thing. Like they might think they are only going to win with the queen, but like maybe the queen will lose and then they have to win with something else. But anyway, I would play the jack and get rid of it. Okay, and so that's the end of that trick. I think there's some way to flip them. F, there we go. Oh no, sorry, you don't put them into the deck. This person keeps the pile here. And that's their first trick. Okay, so now it's this person's turn again because they won. That's very normal. So King of Hearts comes out. Now this person said 1. They want to win with the King of Diamonds. And they don't have any hearts left. So they would just get rid of their highest card. That's not the one they want to win with. I said 2, I want to only win with these 2, but I have to win, I have to follow suit, sorry, so I have to play the heart, and this person also plays the heart. Okay, this guy's got 2 tricks. Flip it, and then R, E, here we go. Okay, this is how we do it. We lay them out like this, similar to how I was taught to play 500, so they've won 2 tricks now. So anyway, I play my last card, it's a 5 of hearts. They play the 3, they play the jack, and they play the 4. So the 5 of hearts won, and I pick up pile, and so I actually ended up getting 5, and I only wanted 2. So I plumped. We say that, yeah. I got plump. I got 0 points. This person opposite me got 0 because they only got 3 out of their 4, and these 2 people got 11 points because they said 1 and they got 1. So you put a little 1 before the number that you bet, you basically add 10 points. So these guys got 11 and we got 0. Okay, that is how one round works. Somebody leads, the person who had the highest bet leads, and everybody follows suit if you can, but if you can't, you get rid of cards that you don't want to win with, and you keep cards that you want to win with, basically, to try and make your bet come true. All right, hopefully there's some way to like group everything. Group? Nice. All right, so then what you would do is just pass the deck, the next person deals, and you deal out 9 cards. I think that's 9, yeah. So everybody gets 9, and you do exactly the same thing. And it goes all the way down the score sheet to 1, and you play that, and then you go back up to 10. And whoever has the highest sum at the end of the game wins. Okay, so that's how almost all of the hands works, except for one, and that is when each player has 1 card. Now, I need to switch back to camera only for this. So how it works when each player has only 1 card, all the rules are the same except for one rule, and that is you can't look at your card. You have to put it, you have to show everybody else your card like this. You have to put it on your head, and you don't look at it, but everybody else does. And then every other rule is exactly the same. So what that means is, let's say the person to my right dealt, and so I'm going first. I am looking at everybody else's cards and guessing. So your possible options to bet are 1 and 0. Obviously, you're either going to win this one trick or not. Let's say I said 0, because I just don't think that if I say 1, then I am definitely going first because I have the highest bet. Oh, and if 2 people share the highest bet, then whoever's like in order of play, like left of the dealer first, and then going clockwise, that person gets to go first. If I say 1, then I know I'm going first. And then I have to beat everyone else's cards and hope they don't follow suit and beat mine. But I don't know what my card is. That's so fascinating, this type of round. So anyway, let's say I say 1, and then the next person says 0, and the person after them say 0, and we've got 4 players. Then the last person has to say 1, because the sum of the bets cannot equal the number of cards in your hand. The number of cards in your hand is 1, and so if the sum is 1 and it gets to the last player, then they have to say 1 because they can't say 0. This round is very silly. If you play this game, you'll really enjoy this round. It's ridiculous because no one knows who will win until all the cards get revealed. But yeah, so all the normal rules are the same. If I said 0 and the next person said 1, then they would go first. But I think it's quite a good strategy to say 1 in this, because the card that is led is the suit for that round, and so to beat it you have to have the same suit and a higher card. So saying 1 in that round I think is usually quite good. But like if I'm betting first and I see other people have like kings and aces and they're all different suits, I would probably say 0, because probably I have the same suit as one of them and I'm going to have a lower card. But anyway, that's how that round works. So yeah, you start with 10 cards each and you play down until you have 1 cards each, do this silly round with the card on the head, and then you just play 1 back up to 10 again, and the highest score at the end of the game wins. Just a few extra small little rules. The rule about getting 10 extra points when you get your bet right is not strictly true, because the rule is actually you write a 1 before the number that you bet. In most cases that gives you 10 extra points. But let's say in round 1 or in round 20, when you have 10 cards in your hand, you say 10 and you get all of them right. Instead of getting 10 bonus points and getting 20 points, you write a 1 before your bet and you get 100 bonus points, which is ridiculous. Almost guarantees you the win. It's like catching the golden snitch in Harry Potter. It's like at the end of the game, I think the scores from memory are around like 100 to 150 usually, which means people are probably getting their bets right about 10 times to 12 times maybe. So getting 110 points in one round pretty much guarantees you the win, but that is ridiculously hard to do. Never seen it happen. I have gone for it a few times just to try and get that 110 points, but it's really hard. Even if you have a very strong hand, it's very hard to do. But anyway, that's the rule. If you bet 10 and get them, you get 110 points. Just one other small rule, not really rule, but like regarding different numbers of players. If you have 5 or less players, you do exactly this structure. You start with 10 and you end with 10. But then once you have more than 5 players, you can't do that, because obviously that would, like 6 players with 10 cards each would be 60 cards in the hand. So you basically, if you have with more than 5 players, you just deal up all the cards in the deck in the first round. So 6 times 8 is 48. So in the first round, you would start here if you have 6 players. So maybe I'll just have like a little column here. So like 6 players, you'd start with 8. 7 players, you would start with 7. 8 players, you would start with 6 cards. And honestly, I don't think the game would work very well with more than 8, because there's just too many people playing. You have too few cards in your hand. Like the amount of information that you have compared to the hidden information, i.e. the cards that everyone else has, you just really do not have any idea how many tricks you would win. So I reckon absolute maximum 8 players with 6 cards. But yeah, you can play this game with 2. Like I've played quite a lot with Tanya, my fiance, and it's actually a lot of fun. If she dealt, then I get to go first, and I might say 6, and then she can't say 5, and she can't say 4, so she would have to say 5 or 3 or something, so that the sum isn't 10. But yeah, the game genuinely does work really well with 2 players. And that is it. That is Plump, or Plump, or Oh Hell, or Nomination West, whatever you want to call it. That's the version that I've been taught and the version that I've been playing, and I absolutely freaking love it. And I can't wait to teach it to my family in Australia. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you've played a similar game, if you've played the same game but with slightly different rules. I would love to hear them. I would love to try your version of the game. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. See you in the next one.